Whirl loves his job. He careens across the sky, spinning and weaving in wild, crazy patterns. He believes his enemies are more terrified of him if he acts wild during an attack. Whirl flies at 400 miles per hour at a range of 1,600 miles. He has amazing maneuverability and can fly at almost any angle. Whirl carries 4 incendiary shell cannons, each with high-energy proton beam rifles. He possesses great strength as a robot and has a null ray module on his hand and Paralyzo box on his leg. Whirl is reckless and prone to rotor blade damage. Roadbuster likes to pass the time demolishing Decepticons. He's not happy if he's not fighting. He bores easily and is the quietest of all Autobots when not in battle. Charismatic in combat and inspiring to his fellow warriors, Roadbuster is a natural leader. He can traverse most terrains as a 4-wheel drive vehicle at a 600-mile range. Roadbuster carries a turret-mounted linear blaster gun that can blow a hole in 2-foot-thick concrete. As a robot, he has a laser rifle and shrapnel missile launcher. These rarely spoken of Autobot warriors both began life in 1983 in Japan through Takatoku Toys' Special Armor Battalion Dorvac toy line, featuring 2 transforming robot figures. First, the Mugen Caliber that would transform into a 4-wheel drive off-road vehicle, as well as the Oberon Gazette, which converted into an attack helicopter. 1984 would see the end of Takatoku Toys as they went out of business, and the design for both figures were acquired by Bandai. Uh-oh. Shortly thereafter, they would be licensed by Hasbro and released in the second year of the Transformers toy line in 1985, under a new classification as Autobot Deluxe vehicles. They would come to be known as Autobots Whirl and Roadbuster. Briefly, anyways, if you were an American fan, that is. Outside of a toy guide catalog, or even rare appearances on toy shelves in stores, Roadbuster and Whirl would never go on to appear in any American media of Transformers, save for a brief mention of Roadbuster's name in a Transformers children's storybook titled Battle for Earth. As Bandai was the owner of the designs for these characters, Hasbro opted to avoid all legal headache like the one they faced with Jetfire. Jetfire, now renamed Skyfire, only appeared in a handful of Season 2 episodes before the decision was made to pull him completely. With that, other new characters like the Deluxe Decepticons, also owned by Bandai, got the same treatment, never appearing. But as the years went on, so did the legends of Whirl and Roadbuster. And just like that, we're all back for another episode of Leo Watches Transformers, and this one is another silly one, and I mean that as a positive this time. This episode has a really great script, but a really silly cast recording, and you can hear them having the time of their lives doing this one. Or, as Lord Chumley himself would say, capital.
Jolly good show!
Now, this one's going to run a little longer because so many funny bits are in here, I didn't cut it down as much as I normally do. So let's just sit back and enjoy this thing. This is Season 2, Episode 51, Prime Target. Here we go. Our story begins in Russian airspace, with a deep-cut crossover to G.I. Joe. If you know, you know.
October Guard 1 to base. I'm receiving a sonar reading from beneath the ice. Probable submarine. Comrades! I've been struck! Damage critical. I'm ejecting.
As the October Guard pilot ejects to safety, the mysterious submarine tows its new expensive prize away below the ice. Now we meet the man behind the theft.
She's a lovely specimen, Lord Chumley, but there's a frightful international row brewing over it.
These things blow over. Remember the Boer War?
Painfully, sir.
Yes, well, everybody else has forgotten it. Bagged her with one shot. What? Just one more trophy, and my collection will be complete.
The space shuttle, sir?
No sport there.
An aircraft carrier, perhaps?
Bagged one in the big war. No, Dinsmore, I want the ultimate trophy. The head of the Autobot, Optimus Prime.
Oh, dear.
Dinsmore, may I have some tea?
Villains established, we return to Central City, where Autobots Trax and Bumblebee are drawn to a gathered crowd of humans.
Yeah, they can hardly resist you, Trax.
Tension between the U.S. and the Soviet Union reached its highest point today since the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Soviets accused the U.S. of using a submarine to steal a top-secret Russian jet fighter. While the U.S. denies the charge, both nations have placed their armed forces on full alert.
Decepticons!
Blitzwing and Astral Train!
Because the plot needs to happen. The Autobots chase down the Triple Changers and corner them, as if the Decepticons couldn't outgun them, overpower them physically, or simply fly away. A trap is sprung, capturing Trax, who tells Bumblebee to run and get help, but it's of no use.
Trapped neat and clean, Lord Chumley!
And now, in my opinion, the funniest 15 seconds of any Transformers cartoon ever.
So you see, my dear, if Donna is having an affair with Gordon, Jack doesn't know that Cheryl hid the real Will.
We interrupt as the kitchen sinks for this special news bulletin.
Here, let's watch again.
So you see, my dear, if Donna is having an affair with Gordon, Jack doesn't know that Cheryl hid the real Will.
We interrupt as the kitchen sinks for this special news bulletin.
I love how disappointed they are. Classic.
Council has been convened to discuss the increasing tensions between the U.S. and the Soviet Union over the capture of a Russian jet.
Just when it was getting good.
For the moment, Optimus Prime prioritizes Trax and Bumblebee not reporting in yet. They all move out to find them. First, Jazz is captured in a fake car wash.
I say, this is ripping!
Perhaps we should make a day of it, sir. I'm bushed.
Dinsmore, where is your spirit? Our hunt has just begun!
Next, Beachcomber makes the dire mistake of abiding by the law and paying his toll.
Hey, don't be greedy. I'm not giving you 1 penny more than... Let go of me!
Grapple coincidentally just walks into it himself.
I'm looking for some friends of mine!
Like, did he know he was gonna show up here, and he wore the hat and everything?
Fantastic, Lord Chumley! Your tribal instincts theory has proven true!
Comes from years of studying the Kibularu tribe in Lower Songtanga. Or was it the Songtanga tribe in Lower Kibularu?
Prime, this is Blast.
And finally, poor Blaster becomes the victim of an optical illusion that defies explanation. Which is good, because one is never given. Wait, so was it like one of those like really expensive 3-dimensional signs where even though it's a billboard, there's like a sculpture that comes out in front of it? But how did it like hide the rest of its body inside the sign and then reach... Fuck it, let's talk about Roadbuster. Just like Whirl, Roadbuster had more success outside of the United States, appearing in UK exclusive stories in Marvel Comics. There, he would go on to join the commando unit known as the Wreckers. But the character finally came to his demise during the Time Wars storyline of 1989. Up against a time-traveling Galvatron, Roadbuster would attack him with an experimental weapon known as the Path Blaster. After injuring Galvatron heavily, the unstable weapon detonated, taking poor Roadbuster with it. Many years later, Transformers comics of the 2000s would bring Roadbuster back, along with the entire Wrecker crew, including Whirl. A live-action character in the 2011 movie Dark of the Moon carried over the name Roadbuster, and was also a member of the Wreckers in that universe as well. Recolored from Combaticon Swindle, 2013's Generations line would see a new version of Roadbuster. This version of Roadbuster could merge with his entire Wrecker crew, including Whirl, to become the combiner Ruination. Transformer Energon's Ironhide was released in Japan under the name Roadbuster, with no connection to the original character from G1. 2008's Transformers Universe toy line would see a brand new Roadbuster, as well as several other characters, specifically not Roadbuster, but recolored in his color scheme. 2014's Generation line would release a G1 accurate Roadbuster with a brand new mold. This toy would be recolored in 2015 and released in Japan's Transformers Cloud line, now resembling Energon Roadbuster, aka Ironhide. This version of Roadbuster would appear in online written stories, which explain he and his fellow Autobots were in fact guardians of the multiverse. G1 Roadbuster would be featured prominently in 2015's Sins of the Wreckers, a miniseries from IDW Comics. The story would reveal a dark secret from his past, covered up by Autobot High Command. In a bout of madness, Roadbuster had snapped and taken the lives of cadets under his command, believing to have been ordered to do so by the voice of Mortalus, the god of death in Cybertronian lore. The voice was in fact Predacon Tarantulas, who had shrunken down so small he could whisper suggestions into his audio receptors. Later, Roadbuster would learn the truth and seek revenge. It did not go well at all. This time, Tarantula shrunk again and entered the Autobot's head, then enlarged himself again, permanently destroying Roadbuster's head and brain module. Holy shit, you guys. Thankfully, Roadbuster has since made several appearances, with his full head intact. And as long as Hasbro is careful with his design, I'm sure future versions of Roadbuster could still find their way to toy shelves.
Hands off! Don't touch that dial!
We now return to Blaster, as he is taken captive and forced to play one of those two songs again.
A little traveling music, Dinsmore.
Inferno to the rescue!
Autobot Inferno is the next to be lured in.
What the?
Amazing.
What's that, sir?
I don't believe I've ever seen a species so unafraid of fire. Uh-oh.
Windcharger changes plans, escaping Lord Chumley.
Drat, dash, double drat!
The same goes for Huffer. Oh, Huffer.
No cooperation at all.
Back at Autobot base, Prime and the others receive vital exposition from Cosmos. He relays the whereabouts of the missing Autobots and the horrific trials they are forced to endure.
Cosmos, send Teletran 1 your exact coordinates.
Right away, Prime!
Greetings, Optimus Prime. Forgive the interruption, but you see, your friends can't wait for your arrival.
Who are you, and what do you want?
Chumley's the name, and hunting's my game. I'm offering you a sporting chance to rescue your companions.
Torture isn't sport, but I accept your challenge.
Oh, good show, Mr. Prime. Directions will be forthcoming. I can't wait to begin.
Fine, then let's begin now.
He does have a temper, doesn't he, Dinsmore?
Let's get in there and wham bang, kick some tail.
No, Warpath. I'm going in there myself. If he wants a one-to-one battle, he's gonna get it.
Marveling at Lord Chumley's results, Megatron orders Astrotrain and Blitzwing to make contact with a human in order to align forces with him.
Ah, here comes the robot now, dressed as a semi-truck. How very punctual.
Autobots, this is Prime. I have arrived in the target area.
Good day, Optimus Prime. I trust you're feeling hale and hearty.
Why don't you come out where I can see you?
I made that mistake with a rhino in the veldt one time. Remember that, Dinsmore?
Prime is forced to endure a gauntlet of traps before he can free his comrades.
Mock-up of Cybertron. Your task is to find them before something rather unpleasant happens.
You better hope I find them before I find you.
Prime makes short work of the giant beast.
Bravo! Bravo! Magnificent creature, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely, sir. It's too bad he fell into the drink.
I'm referring to Optimus Prime.
Prime next evades a laser net.
So, you think a simple net is all you need to bag me? You'll have to do better than that, Lord Chumley. You hear me, Chumley?
Once outside, the net regenerates itself, completely ensnaring Optimus. Bummer.
You know, it's a shame that Whirl is not a character on this show, because he could have just swooped in and saved the day and ended the episode. Oh well. Let's discuss.
Whirl never appeared in any American Transformers cartoons or comic books. Neither he, Roadbuster, or the Deluxe Decepticons would even be seen in toy commercials. All just a bunch of anomalous ghost characters to us Yanks. Whirl, however, would appear alongside Roadbuster in 3 exclusive UK Marvel Comics storylines, both characters serving as members of the Wreckers Commando unit. But those 3 brief appearances of Whirl would be all fans would see of him for over a decade after his G1 toy was discontinued in 1987. In the 2000s and on, Whirl would again appear seldomly as a member of the Wreckers across several different comic book titles. However, the trademark secure name, Whirl, led to many different toys being made across many different Transformers lines, including the one from 2013's Generations line that could combine with Roadbuster and other Wrecker characters to form the combiner Ruination. Whirl's first starring role came at last in 2012's comic series More Than Meets the Eye from IDW. In ancient times, Whirl became a watchmaker, defying a long-standing caste system that would determine a Cybertronian's life career based on what transformation they took on. Suffering under a corrupt system, he was dealt a brutal capital punishment for his crimes. Dissecting and tearing Whirl apart, they would remove and replace his head and hands, leaving him in a tattered and mentally broken state. His life from there became increasingly troubled and violent, with many stints of incarceration. Years later, he would land a respectable job as an enforcer for the corrupt Senate. While on duty, he delivered a humiliating beating to a young Megatron, setting off a chain of events that would lead to the Great War. This Whirl, many years later, would be removed from the Wreckers team after attempting to needlessly euthanize team leader Springer. He would later go on to join the crew of the starship, the Lost Light, leading to an unlikely alliance and friendship with Decepticon shipmate Cyclonus. 2014 would see a new Whirl figure in the Generations line, along with a Generations release of Roadbuster. This figure was also released in Japan's Transformers Legends line. Tie-in manga comics would reveal both characters were built by the evil Tankor, who hoped to one day restore the world to the way it was in the 1980s. Silly. Just start a YouTube channel. Later, these 2 versions of the character would jump dimensions to the original G1 cartoon, where they would form that universe's version of the Wreckers. A female version of Whirl was the first ever to appear in any television series, specifically Rescue Bots Academy. But Easter egg clues indicate the original Whirl is a different character in this same universe, with the same name, possibly a hero of hers. Earlier designs for this version of the character did more closely resemble the G1 Whirl, but the series clearly decided to go with a cuter, more relatable human look. 2020 would bring G1 Whirl back to TV screens in Transformers Cyberverse, complete with a new toy release. This Whirl valiantly served in an Autobot Decepticon underground alliance, fighting to end a Quintesson occupation of Cybertron. We now return to Optimus Prime, down but not out.
Unless you can do better than that, you're finished, Chumley.
Ha ha ha! Smashing! Simply smashing! I salute you, Optimus Prime. You are a magnificent beast.
As Optimus presses on bravely, the Triple Changers arrive, bringing things to the next level. They observe as Optimus Prime is faced with the next task. Despite her sexy look and stylish go-go boots, this is one hoochie mama Optimus Prime is not falling for. Blitzwing, on the other hand, decides to commit cold-blooded murder.
Oh, it's... Astro Train, help!
Where did he come from? That blasted fool?
Blitzwing becomes encased in a gelatinous shell, prompting a classic Optimus line.
Amazing. A booby trap that actually catches boobies.
Admit it, as a kid, how excited were you to hear Optimus Prime say booby? For me, it was like second Christmas. Astro Train moves on alone.
Decepticons! Trust them to spoil a hunt!
Yes, sir. Just like the Humane Society, in a way.
Next, with great and utter confidence, Optimus Prime faces off with a giant robot scorpion, as only he can. As the fight goes on, Lord Chumley learns the hard way who's the real star of this show.
No! He was mine! Mine!
Greetings from the Decepticons. We'd like to help you rid the world of Autobots. Certainly.
Angered that his fair sport was interrupted, Chumley takes Astro Train and Blitzwing hostage. They offer to team up, but he simply scolds them for interfering.
I would sooner have the help of an aardvark. You two blundering elves robbed me of the head of Optimus Prime. You have not heard the end of this.
Meanwhile, Bumblebee risks sending an emergency signal out.
Bumblebee?
Yes, Prime! We can't hold out much.
Hearing his call, our hero finds the strength to continue on. Denied. Not even a giant robot spider is enough to stop Prime.
What a shame. Don't you know it's dangerous to play with poison, Mrs. Black Widow? If that was your best shot, Chumley, you're in deep trouble.
Not sure how that works, but cool.
Neither impossible nor impassable.
I say, old chaps, if I free you, will you fight Optimus Prime?
Trust us.
There he is, lads! Ha-ha! Give him a good thrashing!
See how you like being hunted.
But you said...
Never trust Decepticons, flesh creature. Look out! The Autobots!
Through the magic of editing, Prime frees the other Autobots, driving off their foes.
No point in chasing after them. Here's the trophy I want.
In the end, Optimus Prime serves up some cold-blooded justice.
Comrade Colonel! Comrade Colonel!
Global tensions declined sharply today when sources revealed that the lost Soviet jet was stolen by a big game hunter. World leaders have praised Autobot leader Optimus Prime for returning Earth from the brink of war.
I think that is the most fucking gangster thing that Optimus Prime has ever done, and I loved every minute of it. That was an entertaining episode. Now, I'm not going to make fun of this one because I think I said everything I needed to say during the episode. Quite frankly, I'm ready to move on, and I'd like to get started on Autobot. I've even done my drawing of Blaster, and I think it turned out pretty well. So, in the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe, and I do sincerely hope to have you back here for the next episode. Take care. Thanks for watching.
Decepticons! Trust them to spoil a hunt.
Yes, sir. Just like the Humane Society, in a way.